So Mr. Lance Armstrong has decided to come straight and speak with Oprah Winfrey about his doping career, and which has a side of winning several Tour de France championships. But there's so many things wrong with this whole confession story that it's hilarious. First of all, people have done some heinous things and some unspeakable things that we don't even need to hear about it. And here he's casting Oprah as God because there's some things that are so ugly and so reprehensible that only God has the kind of resources to handle that. We don't want to hear about it because it's beyond the pale. And I think this is one of the things. After all these years of denying it, more than 7 years, because 7 tours he won, and I don't know how long after his last tour, but at least 10 years he's been, perpetuating his lies. So to come straight to this time, it doesn't necessarily, in my mind, make a difference now. He has been banned for life and he has been stripped of his medal. So I don't see what he's really thinking he's going to have a comeback with. Maybe he's going to get a movie role as the, you can say things that everybody can just ignore because you know to be a professional liar. Now, working with the authorities to rat out others might be a good way to go. And learning of his ways of, doping because, of course, he hadn't been discovered until people saw the squeal in him. And it's amazing that many of the corporations that sponsored him are also aghast by the whole revelation. They felt sort of misled and deceived and so on. And not to mention that their businesses might have also suffered because of this. I mean, there's an imperceptible situation in life that there's a God in heaven, and when people lying out here, he's be at the back, waving his hand saying, no, you have to be looking for that. And a lot of times it tarnishes businesses that they don't even understand why they're not succeeding. I mean, USPS is kind of like declining, and I hope that it doesn't die. And so I find Oprah's a very interesting lady. I like her a lot. I wish I was a good friend of hers so I could discover other things about her. She used to play basketball, baseball, and she could knit and cook stuff and so on. Very interesting lady. But I hope that his confession hasn't sort of tarnished her mind or bewitched her or make her sort of come to a place where she doesn't believe anybody again because he has been saying this for so long, and then even she believed him, and then to come back and straighten up the score. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's really beyond the pale. And this is and well, of course, today you could get up and be a big star, even though you don't have the type of character that traditionally stars would have, because when a person wins a competition and becomes a star, they tend to take the role of the high road, the moral teacher. They always come into some kind of thing to buy this and buy that because some way, somehow they have assumed they have acquired good character and good standing. But we need to stop sacrificing, honesty and or conscience and sort of, exposing us to significant disbelief and so on with these folks. I mean, does Lance Armstrong has what it takes to succeed? And this is a continuing theme of mine. We have a whole bunch of celebrities that are mentally ill and that are bizarre and that should be locked up in a mental institution. They're releasing episodes and experiences and conjectures from their warped reality, such that those who follow them are slowly descending into that same level of crazy stuff with them. And I think that we need to again go back to the place where people who are successful in life would have had a good education, would have good character, be reliable, responsible, and those are the things that are so important. And just doing everything in one's cheating and everything, just to go and bust the tape first, and then they just sail into our lives and then become like our all in all. And so again, I repeat that he should have made that confession to God and keep on, well, of course, when you confess, you can't really keep on denying stuff, but just go away, because now he has confessed so that all lawsuits are already foregone. I mean, there's going to be any dispute. He has said that he did it, and people can argue that these are their damages, and then he's going to be held liable. I don't know how many millions he has. Maybe he has 100, but I'm not sure how much really the settlement's going to require. Now, perhaps everybody should come with um, their accounting so that it doesn't go beyond that. I should get some too because at one time probably I believed that yeah he was a great star, and now coming to discover that it's just cheap. Half of that was paraded as gold, and some little amethyst, some little quartz that was kind of being demonstrated as diamond. And so I hope that others out there will take note. And it's better to just live a normal life than to go through all this trials and all this stuff, become big and famous, and then make a whole bunch of money, then all gone, no fame, end up suicide, end up all kind of problems. I mean, it's better you go to Yale and get him a life and work for six figure and maybe be an attorney and make some big cases, and then of course being honest in everything, so that you would have that something to bequeath to his family and to institutions that need help and so on, posthumous sort of greatness, etc. And so I say goodbye to Mr. Lance, and I suspect that his practices, he's already suffered immensely with the cancers. It has been demonstrated in the past that steroids generally cause some cancers, so that he has put himself at so much risk. Emasculated himself with the testicle cancer business. His fame is gone to nothing. His money soon is going to follow. And so it's a tragedy for all of us and for him and his family, etc. And so whenever you hear the name Lance Armstrong, you might equate it to it or a parallel to drug addiction, drug abuse, scampishness, cheat, and so on. And it's goodbye, Mr. Lance.